Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrofil anbiya wal mursalin sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Amma ba'd. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal hakim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Tonight we going to discuss the end of the chapter, the fourth chapter about khuf or mashul khuf, which is used in here using the word moistening of footgear, while in other books many of modern translator using the word wiping the socks. So in the last chapter of the type of ablution of wudu, we would like to discuss about the remaining discussion about how to use a footgear or hoof in order to be part of the wudu, which is legal in every situation and condition. Now please read Fandi and followed by others.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Compassionate. It is also necessary that the march or journey should have some object.
Okay, in this word there is a word called necessary. Necessary in here means wajib. Right. Okay, next.
And some jurists insist further that there must be a legal right to use the footgear on. Permeable footgear, according to Al-Asr. AG, the slippers called jermak cannot be moistened, according to Al-Adhar. But a tonsol is no objection if properly fastened, according to Al-Asr. The Sunnah insists on the footgear being moistened from top to bottom with the fingers as if one were tracing lines,
No, not were.
as if one were tracing lines on it.
As if, what does it mean, Faisal? In Indonesia? Okay, seakan-akan, right? As if, as though is the same meaning. Meaning seakan-akan. Okay, next.
But it is strictly sufficient to moisten the part of the foot gear corresponding to that portion of the foot of which ablution is prescribed.
Okay, prescribe mean like in here al-fard, yufrad. It is a passive voice or majhul in Arabic. Okay, next.
Except only the sole of the foot and heel, which it is not the practice to the moisten, at least according to the teaching of our school or al-madhab. I said this rule applies to the edges as well as to the sole. Allah knows best. Moistening of the footgear is not permissible if there is any doubt as
Repeat. If there is
any doubt,
any. Repeat.
if there is any doubt as to the time not being yet past, nor in the case of grave impurity, whether
Wait. So in this sentence, as we know that there are three type of impurities in Islam. One, impurities which means filth or dirty or najas or najasah. That is one impurity. And second and third is impurity which is particularly only used in Islamic terminology. One called hadas aswar, which is in here called minor impurity. And then second, grave impurity. Grave mean big, major, or major impurity, big impurity, or in here grave impurity. It is the same meaning. Big, grave, major. So in Arabic it is called hadath akbar. So when in Arabic we say junub al-hadas al-akbar, the translator says grave impurity. Some other translator use the different word such as big impurity or major impurity. Okay, next.
Where the clothes must be changed and a bath taken before the indulgence of
What you say? Indulgent or indulgence? G or J? Actually, it's not correct. I make not English, maybe. Make it English into Indonesia. Yeah, that's right. So not indulgent, indulgence.
the indulgence of moistening the footgear can again be had recourse to. And when footgear that has been moistened is changed,
Make it a little bit clear. Is changed. Repeat. And when?
is changed. The feet must be washed, and also the head and arms, according to one author.
Okay, so a little bit a brief about the moistening of the footgear or mas al-khuf. It is one of the dispensation the Islamic Sharia has given to us, where in certain circumstances, particularly during the winter season. For example, in a country where they have 4 seasons, there are winter, summer, and what the other season, Faisal? Just like in Europe, some part of United States, in China, Japan, Korea, those countries, Russia also, those countries have 4 seasons, 4 climates. There are summer in hot situation, and winter very cold situation, cold climate, and the other 2 what? What, Faisal? Yeah? Spring. Okay. And another one? What? Summer, winter, summer hot, winter cold, and spring interval between summer and winter. from summer to winter, or from winter to summer to spring. And another one, Fandi? Huh? Anyone knows? Drop? Not drop. Summer, winter, spring, and in Indonesia it is called musim gugur. Try to find out. Autumn, right? Autumn. So in a country where they have 4 climates or 4 seasons, there is one season called winter, where the winter season is very cold in some parts of the world, like in Eastern Europe, Russia, Hungary, Ukraine, Albania, where the winter season, the climates could reach about 50 or 70 below the zero. So it is very cold. So in that situation, in that winter season, in the country where they are very cold, having a foot gear, it is very important, because it can reduce the cold in your body. It makes your body a little bit warmer than without using foot gear. So foot gear is important for those Muslim who live in those countries. But in here in Indonesia, it is not so necessary, not so important, because all the year the season is almost the same, except if you going to some very cold places like in Jayawijaya in Papua or Bromo, for example. There are some very cold climate there, but it is very rarely situation. In most part of Indonesia, there is no such very cold climate. So when we study about mashul khuf, or moistening of foot gear, or wiping of foot gear, it is just not so interesting for us, because it is not our necessity. Necessity means hajah, laisa hajatana, laisa bihajah lana an namsah al-khuf. But for people who stay in those countries who have 4 seasons, where some of the season is called spring, is called winter, this chapter about mashul khuf is very important. So especially if you are stay in those countries and you are a poor person, not rich, because for rich people they can make air condition which will warm up the water. The condition of your home also can be arranged, can be conditioned using the air condition. So you maybe need to know that air condition, or in here is called AC. AC in Europe, it is not for make you feel colder, but it also can make you warmer. In Indonesia, air condition just to make you colder. Make your home colder. But in Europe, in America, Japan, Korea, who have four climate or 4 season, the air condition is useful and benefit for 2 function. First, to make the condition warm, and second, to make the condition cold when it is in summer. When it is in winter, the air condition will make the condition is warmer. So for a poor people, this chapter is important in those countries. So if you having ablution or having wudu or perform wudu, you can still wear the footgear. There is no need to remove it from your foot. So that is the main point, the important point of this chapter: moistening of footgear or mashul khuf. So mashul khuf is one of the rukhsah in Islamic Sharia. Rukhsah in here, the translation here, recourse, one of the recourse of Sharia, where you can still wear the footgear and you moisten or wipe it outside the footgear. There is no need to remove or to put it off from your foot or feet. So that is for now. Please explain a little bit by Zainullah. Explain about khuf. Zainullah, present? Yes, okay. Explain to us briefly about footgear from chapter 4 until the end.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Compassionate. In this night, we have studied the moistening of footgear. The moistening of footgear is
okay, you can mix with bahasa Indonesia if you feel difficulty to continue your sentences. Mix it. English, use English, and if you continue, you have to use Indonesian language. It's okay, and then come back again to English.
moistening of footgear is keringanan, our rukhsah in Islamic Sharia. And
okay, finish. Okay, Fahmi. Say, explain it as best as you can.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Compassionate. This chapter 4 is explained in moisten of footgear. One of it is sunnah to wash the hoof from top to bottom with your fingers. Finish.
Okay, done. Okay, Faisal.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Compassionate.
So when we are in the cold condition, or when we are is not able to use water, we can use food gear in our food when we are in the cold season or in the winter, when we are in the four season country, like in the Europe or in the some country in America. And when we are food gear, we can use it until 3 day and 3 nights without change it when we are in the journey or in the march. And when we wear a foot gear, we can moisten it with our hand, with our wet hand, as a replace from ablution of the foot.
Yeah, washing. Yeah, as replacement of washing of the food. Okay. Any other person who want to say? Who is this? Who is he? Zafiq. Okay, Zafiq. Tell us briefly about the moistening or mashul khuf, as if you talk to some English person.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the merciful, compassionate. In the chapter 4, we learn about moistening of footgear or hoof. Hoof is one of the indulgence in Islam, because some countries that have 4 seasons, and one of them is very cold, and harus menggunakan hoof saat itu, dan harus menggunakan hoof saat itu. Harus menggunakan hoof saat itu.
Yeah. What do you want to say? Oh, okay. In English, what? You have to or must use?
When we must to use hoof.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's done?
It's not.
Okay. Wallahu a'lam.